Okay, I think we're live. Scot, Pekarek, Tumor Tales, boom! I have not done a live video in a while, and I just found out why. My kids had a major meltdown. I had to separate them. Apparently, one of them distracted the other one, and because he distracted him, his toast got cold. So that's what we're dealing with here, cold toast. But I made more toast, and the crisis has been averted, I'm happy to say. Anyway, so this is Memorial Day weekend. Hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully you're out doing something fun with loved ones and friends, and are enjoying, which hopefully is great weather. We had 37 degrees Fahrenheit as a low this morning here in flyover country in the upper Midwest. The bunker was a toasty 72, but we did have a kind of a chilly wake up. I did go do my CrossFit workout, which is a segue into one of the things I want to talk about this weekend. I was being a bit of a egomaniacal, insecure person, and there's a workout on Monday called the Murph. It's across the country at CrossFit gyms, and I was dragging my feet to sign up for it because here I'll tell you what the workout is, and I'll tell you about it, and I'll tell you why I didn't want to do it. So the workout is a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, followed by another mile run, and you're supposed to wear a 20-pound vest while doing it, and that is absolutely like brutal. So, what is the Murph? Well, the Murph is a workout that is in honor of, and I'm going to look at my notes so I don't screw this up because I think it's important, Lieutenant Michael Murphy. He was a Navy SEAL in charge of a 4-man SEAL element in support of Operation Red Wings. If you've seen the movie Lone Survivor, Marcus Luttrell was the guy who's featured in the movie, played by Mark Wahlberg, I believe. And basically, their team was like a forward intelligence operating. They were some sheep herders or something saw them, and they turned them in, and they basically got attacked by a few dozen of the locals. They were in a position where they couldn't radio for help. So Lieutenant Michael Murphy exposed himself to get in a position where he could actually make the radio call, and he was killed. And that's the short version. And if I'm leaving anything out, I apologize. In the movie, you see then the helicopter, one of the Chinooks, I believe, came to, yeah, there you go. Thanks, Franklin. Recon. So one of the Chinook helicopters came. One or two of them got shot down. Like another 19 Rangers were killed, I believe. I'm going off memory, so if my numbers aren't perfect, I apologize again. Anyway, this was a workout he did with his full body armor and stuff, apparently all the time. And one of the CrossFit folks picked it up a few years ago, and now it's become a nationwide event. The Murph Challenge, that's what it's called, is the official annual fundraiser for the Lieutenant Michael Murphy Memorial Scholarship Foundation. It is one of the primary means of funding the foundation. It's raised, since 2014, it's raised over $1.25 million, which is awesome. And they awarded 32 scholarships in 2020, with the addition of 2 new scholarships, one at St. Joseph's College to a veteran for undergraduate or graduate study, and one to Rocky Point High School on Long Island in memory of Marine Sergeant Robert A. Pohl, who was killed in action in Iraq. Why did I, oh, hey, Vicky. Why did I not sign up? Well, I'm really bad at pull-ups. When I look at doing 100 pull-ups, we did a version of this a couple weeks ago. I probably can do 75, not unbroken or consecutive. I got to rest between them. And I was avoiding this, and then today, we have a special guest. Come over here. Again, the peril of doing live videos. This is Nico. Say hi.
Hello.
Nico's dream is to have a YouTube channel. So I think he'd be good at it. Anyway, so I was my ego got in the way because I'm like, you can do what's called a scaled version of the workout, which is, you could use a band to help you with the pull-ups. I can probably gut through the push-ups and the squats and the run, no problem. But so today I said, hey, I'm going to do it. If I have to swallow my pride and scale it, that's fine. I think it's for a great cause. And I am looking forward to it. I have to change my mindset on this. So anyway, at the Murph this weekend, Monday, if you hear about the Murph, that's what the Murph is. It's a heck of a workout, and it's for a great cause. Second thing I wanted to talk about today, is Moringa. I get a lot of questions in the comments, emails about what are some of the things I take. Moringa is one of them, and I don't even know how I got this in my regiment, other than I'm a lunatic. I probably take way too many supplements, but I don't care. I'm still alive. So we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of my diagnosis. So I think whatever, if it's not hurting me, so what is Moringa? Moringa oleifera is a plant native to northern India that can grow in other tropical and subtropical places like Asia and Africa. Folk medicine has used the leaves, flowers, seeds, and roots of this plant for centuries. It's traditionally been used as a remedy for such conditions as diabetes, long-lasting inflammation, bacterial, viral, and fungal infections, joint pain, heart health, and cancer. I am reading this off of something I printed out from WebMD. So no, I did not do the research here on this. So, but it's all over the internet. If you've heard of the internet, you can look this up for yourself. In specifically for cancer, in lab tests, leaf extracts slow the growth of pancreatic cancer cells and help chemotherapy work better. Other lab studies show that moringa leaves, bark, roots all have anti-cancer effects that might lead to new drugs. So more to it, is it safe? Research shows that it's generally okay to eat the leaves or young seed pods, and leaf extracts made from powder and water may also be safe, but it can be dangerous to eat bark or pulp, especially for pregnant women. Chemicals in the bark may make the uterus contract and lead to a miscarriage. I am not currently pregnant, so I'm not going to worry about that. But anyway, Moringa. Thank you, DBJMK. You use it with keto sweetener to replace coffee for a while. It gives you energy. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with this as far as I'm concerned. For me, as always, I'm not a doctor. I don't play on TV. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm telling you what I'm doing. And well, like again, I'm the world's largest lab rat. Okay, so keep an eye on me. What happens, and could be a really good story someday, or it could be one that everybody laughs about. What a moron I was. So that's Moringa. This is Moringa. I've used a couple different brands. I don't know. If somebody has some ideas, please put it in the comments and thoughts on it. Again, I don't pretend to know everything. If you disagree with anything I ever say and you have a different point of view or different perspective, by all means, share it. Share it respectfully. I mean, if you want to say I'm a moron, that's fine. I have several people in my inner circle that would really agree with you and provide lots of evidence of the fact I'm a moron. But in this case, I personally don't believe Moringa is hurting me. So that's one of the things. I'll try to throw one in every time I do a video, because I take a lot of different things, and when I talk about them and research to talk about them, makes me kind of think about why I'm taking it. So anyway, the next topic, and then Vicky, am I going to have a follow-up MRI? Yes, I am going to have a follow-up MRI. The timing of that hasn't been nailed down yet. The problem is I'm looking at other options for the MRI. The last one I got, so I have a fairly high deductible health plan, and the thing with, I think our deductible, our insurance went up last year for a family of 4 of us. I think it's like $1,700, and our deductible went from $5,000 to like $6,000. So the first $6,000 out of pocket. And last year when I got the MRI in August, it was like $5,000 is what they charged for an MRI, which seemed like a lot. They didn't use contrast, or did they? I got to think about that for a second. Yeah, they did use contrast, but it did seem like a lot. And I am looking at other options, which I will report back when I do. And I think that there are other options out there that are way cheaper, that are the same thing. There is a company I'm researching right now, and once I get a little more comfort level with them, with how they provide their services and what their services are, I'll talk about it, and then encourage everyone to do their own research. I know for a fact, MRIs, you can get them for significantly less than $5,000. The specific one that I got, I'm doing the research, and I'll talk about it when I have my facts in order. In this age of censorship, we don't want to be giving disinformation. Super vet. Yeah, Paul, I probably agree. So, thank you for the comment. And then Franklin, you have 21 Moringa plants outside, just about 6 inches tall. Oh, that's awesome. So your wife's she's from the Philippines, and source of food for people in third world, especially Philippines and Africa. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. That's really good. So I appreciate that. Now, moving forward here, I got to say one thing. Since you brought up your wife's from the Philippines, one thing I noticed on our channel, I don't spend a lot of time looking at the analytics, but we're coming on like 4,000 subscribers now, which has just grown organically over the last year and a half, which is great. And one thing I noticed is that we used to get a ton of views in Korea, tons. It was kind of a crazy. Crazy is a poor word choice, but it was interesting that so many people were watching in Korea, and suddenly that went to zero. And that happened, I don't know, a few months ago, I noticed. So I guess my question is, is YouTube censoring, is the Korean government censoring these types of videos there? Or am I just not that interesting? The latter may be true. It could be, the most obvious answer is usually the right one. But to go with such a huge number of people, and by huge, I mean it was like 5 to 10% of the audience, which is a lot. Where most are, people who watch now are from the US and Canada, and I think Australia. So I don't know, just something I wanted to just throw out into the universe here and just get people's opinions on that, because I'm pretty sure it's probably censorship, and maybe also that I'm not interesting. But it's possible that two things can be true at the same time. Correlation is not necessarily causation, however. So, and then the last thing, the shirt I'm wearing is the Lake Minnetonka Triathlon. And if you want to know what Lake Minnetonka looks like, it looks, almost exactly like this. So this triathlon I tried to do 2 years ago, and that's where I got this shirt. They had to pull me out of the water, not because I sucked at swimming, even though I did. This huge storm came in, and people that were still in the water, at a certain point, they just pulled out. It was like a half-mile swim, and at the time, I was not a very good swimmer. I probably would have finished. It's
Dad?
We got another guest. Yes, Bowden?
Can you watch me play on the trampoline?
I will watch it. Yep, you can go. So this is Bowden. Say hi.
Hi.
Show your friend. Oh,
Baby Yoda.
the child. Yeah, Baby Yoda. So we got a trampoline yesterday, so the boys are excited. Yeah, you can go on. I'll be out there in a second. Okay.
Well, Mom says I need an adult to watch.
I can watch you from here.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, perils of doing live videos. So where was I? Okay, Lake Minnetonka. So I got pulled out of the water. That's 2 years ago. And that kind of sucked because I had just done a smaller one where the swim was 400 meters. and I was excited to try to get to a half mile. So then last year, or no, actually I've been 3 years ago, because last year they didn't have the race. So 2 years ago, I attempted it again, got through the swim. It was hard, and made it out, and I was just like, yeah, I got out of the water. It was like I just accomplished something, which I had. They say that 95% of Americans can't swim 50 feet or 50 meters. So, that was a pretty big accomplishment for me, because growing up on the farm, anytime it was sunny or warm out, all the friends of mine were at the lake or at a pool, and I was in the fields baling hay or, doing something horrible, manual labor, whatever. Yeah, it was, no one had it worse than Scot. Anyway, so I never really learned to swim, and I started doing this swimming program called Total Immersion Swimming. And the founder of it, he actually died from cancer a year and a half ago. So Total Immersion Swimming, highly recommend you try it if you haven't, if you're not a very good swimmer. So it just changed how, I'm still not a great swimmer, but I'm pretty good relative to, and definitely way better than I was. Anyway, what's my point? The point is, finished the swim, the half-mile swim 2 years ago in this race, got on my bike, and I was just jacked and excited because I'm pretty good on the bike, and I was a pretty good runner. I got 20 feet and popped my front tire, popped it. And I was so mad. I'm like, what am I going to do? I don't know how to change a tube on a bike. And if I had, it probably would have taken me 15 minutes. So I go to one of the local bike shops, had a booth. Of course, nobody was there. So I bike it into town. I went about 8 blocks to look for this other bike shop that I knew of. They weren't open yet. So I wasted probably 10 or 15 minutes at this point. Finally, screw it. I'm going on it flat. It was my front tire, thank goodness. So I rode it. It was only a 15-mile bike ride. So I rode it 15 miles on a flat tire and had to go kind of slow because I didn't want to wreck the bike, and got back and then, hammered the run. And, it screwed up my time, but which who cares, right? It wasn't like it was the Olympics. But I got, I finished the race, and I was really, really thrilled because, I didn't want to, I felt like I was cursed on this course, so I had to get through it. So they're doing it again this year. I am going to do it. I think it's Father's Day weekend, which is 19th, 20th, something in there. And I got to get back in the lake, and the water's really cold, and do some endurance swimming. So anyway, went a little long today. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Remember, you now know what the Murph is. You know a little bit about Moringa, the Minnetonka Triathlon. Great race. And let me know what happened to my Korean friends. My brother's kids are quarter Korean. Maybe they know. Maybe they're behind it. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Have a great weekend. I got to run. I got to go watch a kid on a trampoline. So we'll see you later. Boom. I'm out of here. Maybe I'm out of here.